Good morning or afternoon or evening, Team Thunder. So glad that you guys are continuing to log on for your schoolwork every day. Thank you so much for getting your stuff submitted on Schoology. There are more grades that are going in this week, so way to go for keeping on top of your work. Today we are on this class agenda for 4-7 or 4-8, and you should be at this point right here where you are watching this video to guide you through this assignment in Schoology. But real quick, I'm going to have you pause with those two things, and I'm going to have you make a quick change to your independent reading log. So let me pull up my copy here, distance learning, reading log. This is just a blank one. But when I had you guys submit those distance learning links on the Google form, I did not have you adjust the share settings so that I could edit. So if you would open your distance learning reading log, feel free to pause the video here if you need to. You're going to click on your share settings. You really should not have to reshare the link, but it's probably set that anyone with the link can view. And I just need you to change that drop down box to anyone with the link can edit. And that should allow me to go back into that link and start commenting on your independent reading. I've been able to do that for a few of you, but most of them are still set to view only. So please take care of that and then hop back onto the video. Okay, thank you so much for taking care of that. I really miss chatting with you guys about what you are reading, and that will give us some sense of normalcy in commenting back and forth to each other. So be on the lookout for those comments to come your way. Okay, so you are now in the Pear Deck. If you're not, pause the video and click that link in the assignment for the Pear Deck. And we are continuing to look at ethos, pathos, and logos. Why? Why are we studying this? This all comes back to you being able to be a rock star in your persuasive speaking and your argumentative writing. So we're talking about how we can appeal to our audience and their emotions, their reasoning, and be more convincing in our writing. So we want to be able to utilize ethos, pathos, and logos to present a strong argument. So you're going to be working through the Pear Deck. There's nothing to actually complete on the first slide. Please read through that. You're going to be asked to annotate here on this slide, a little review from the video, the historical perspective of where these ideas originated. And today we are really digging into ethos, which is an appeal to authority and credibility. Sometimes we think ethos and we think of the word ethical. I like to think of ethos and the word credible. As a doctor, and so as a doctor, I can say this product will certainly improve your health. Being a doctor gives this person, in this case, we've got a stick figure going here, but being a doctor gives somebody credibility. If he could say that he was a doctor of a certain type of medicine or practicing in a certain type of practice, that would be even stronger credibility. If you think about it, who are you more likely to believe when it comes to your health for this example here? A doctor is going to have more credibility, more believability than, let's say, somebody random that you meet out and about in your daily life. So you're going to work through this slide and answer the question. You have another annotation slide right here. Make sure that you take a close look at the examples here. And then when you get to this slide and the next slide, you're going to be completing 5 practice examples. And I want you to work through these 2 slides and then pause the video right now, right here, work through those slides, come back to the video, And in the last couple minutes, I am going to go over the answers with you. Okay? So pause right here. I know you'll be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, so I know that you've already looked at the example. Let's take a look at number 1. As your father, I love you and only want the best for you. Therefore, when I ask you not to go, please listen to me. Okay, in this case, the father is openly reminding the audience who he is. And being the father, he has some credibility in that situation talking to the child. So I'm going to say yes, that this appeals to ethos, and the father has credibility. You may have been in a similar situation before where a parent is saying something like that to you. And the reality is, maybe you don't want to hear that, but that does give a parent figure authority and credibility in a situation. They've lived more life, they have more life experiences, they have your best interest in mind. So therein lies their credibility. Let's look at number 2. We really should try that recipe. Someone told me that it is good. This is what's getting me here. This is going to be a big old no. I want to know who that someone was. Is that a chef that has studied and been a protege or an apprentice in kitchens in various parts of the world? Or is that simply my neighbor who said, hey, you should try that recipe? There's different level of credibility there. So we're not going to be able to say yes on that one. We need to know who that someone is. Okay, you've got your example back up here at the top if you need it. If you need to pause the video again, now that you've seen a couple of examples, please feel free to do that. Let's take a look at number 3, the research conducted by professors at Harvard. Ding, 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 ding. That should be the credibility flag going up. And that's a good flag that's going up. So professors at Harvard, we're going to say yes. I'm keeping my red pen going here. So the Harvard professor has the credibility there. Okay. Dentists all over the world are telling their patients these same things. You must floss regularly. Okay, and so what do you think on that one? That one is also a yes, coming back to the dentist. And the fact that we're saying dentists all over the world, that shows us that dentists are in agreement. So this is not even one dentist, but collectively, dentists have agreed that flossing is the best practice. So we have the credibility there with somebody who's been through dental school, practicing as a dentist. That gives them the authority and credibility. And then finally, number 5, I read somewhere that bicarbonate of soda is really useful for cleaning. You should try it. And I want to switch back to this last couple slides here. It does mention that you can establish authority by using jargon or specialized terms. And it seems in this example that this person has done that by mentioning this bicarbonate soda. But really, what do you think on this one? We're going to go with no on this one, guys. I read somewhere. Really? Where? Give us the credibility by naming your source. There's a difference between if you read it from a credible source or, if you're reading it from a tabloid magazine or something that, a blog or something that doesn't have that credibility. So we're going to say no. And I'm just going to put where was it read? There we go. Okay, hopefully you guys have had a chance to check through those answers. Please, please, please email me if you are stuck on any of those or if you have questions. We can definitely chat over email or set up a video chat. Okay, to wrap up the Pear Deck, you can take a look at this example, real world example of a dentist using Ethos to sell this clean toothpaste. Again, appealing to his credibility as an educated dental professional who is practicing dental medicine. That gives him the authority and the credibility. And then on this last slide, you are going to create your own drawing, or you are welcome to visit storyboardthat.com to create your own similar type of comic. Either way, you are going to take a snip. Ignore that one for a second. You are going to take a new snip of either this slide with your completed comic or drawing that you've done, or just go to whatever online creator you use and take a snip of the comic that you create. And that is the one and only thing that you need to submit to this assignment. Okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know that as a whole, as a team, that you guys are completing these lessons at different times of the day. So even if you're reaching out to me after school hours, I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. If it's not in the evening, it'll just be first thing the next morning. Okay? Miss you guys. I hope that you are doing well. And please reach out if you need anything. Okay? Have a great rest of your day or evening.